there's a ton of atheists attacking like me in the comments or something, and it's just like, now I have to deal with this, you know, and then ex-Muslims and stuff. So how do you go about this? Like when somebody like attacks you for what you believe, what do you do usually online, especially? I mean, not in real life. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Online, I don't do anything. I don't even respond.
You don't even respond. I respond to every comment, like
Nah.
just like
Trust me.
trolling, you know.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to, because it sucks you in to what they're talking about. And again, bro,
Yeah.
like they're already set in what they're bringing to the table. You can't sway them. You can't
Not through a YouTube
enlighten
comment.
them.
Yeah,
Nah, not at all. In person, perhaps it could be different, because you have the play of your energies, and if you're remaining calm and you're grounded and like you're saying facts and the truth and you're presenting everything to them, like they're either going to remain ignorant, remain like completely stuck on what they're trying to say, or they're probably going to feel some type of way. Their emotions are going to cloud them, and they'll probably just try to back away out of the conversation as quick as possible. They won't be able to continue the conversation. You know, like I'm sure you've seen those videos where I think the one in particular that I'm talking about here, there's this one priest. I think he's a priest, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just some Christian dude. But he basically got into contact with a sheikh, and he was telling the sheikh that he wanted to talk to him about his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and why Christianity was the way. He's like, okay, brother, like come to the masjid, we'll talk. And bro, like he started talking, but like the sheikh was calm, grounded, and just presenting everything to this guy. And I think he was a pastor or a priest, bro. So the guy could not handle it, bro. He started getting emotional, and because he couldn't accept what the sheikh was bringing him, which was just truth, the sheikh wasn't trying to like put the priest down or the dude down in any way. He was just trying to like say the truth, and the dude couldn't handle it, so he started like insulting the sheikh and then trying to like dip as quick as possible. And they have it all on video, bro. Don't even worry about it, bro.
Yeah, it's a sick environment. Just today, I think there's so many attacks online. There's this like environment of Muslims, ex-Muslims, refutations going on. I don't like it. I don't think people like if I was getting into Islam, I don't know these people exist like a year ago, and now I know. And why? Because and it's like if I was looking into Islam, it would be very confusing to just look at this, and like one person is claiming this, the other one is refuting them. It takes 4 hours for the video to finish one claim, and then another one. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, man. And I spoke to the sheikh. His name is I think Fahad Taslim, or Taslim Fahad. Sheikh Fahad, amazing guy. May Allah bless him. But he said that the heart isn't won over with logic. You know, so like all these debates you see, like what is that really doing? Like it might increase the iman of a believer, but it's probably not going to do much for a person who doesn't believe. Obviously, bro, Allah knows best. And you probably do have some people that this is going to reach. But for the most part, like when you get into these disputes and people are just trying to literally, it's like an ego trip. They're just trying to be right with what they're saying. Like you're not going to win over the heart. Like you're not going to show someone the beauty of Islam, the peace of Islam from winning an argument.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Maybe my final question, why do you think like people leave religion? Do you think like, and then I see a lot of people like leaving whatever, Christianity or Islam, and then they, you know, get into this like psychedelics or New Age and atheism, and they are like excited that they discovered this new world. And it's like, I've been there. This is nothing fancy there. This is nonsense. And then they just promote it. So like, why do you think people have a need to do this, or what makes them do it?
In my honest opinion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying it's the truth, I think is that they get too pulled into the dunya, too pulled into the matrix, the simulation, whether that be their thoughts, their emotions, or just day-to-day things. Maybe the people they're hanging around are impacting them, influencing them. Because, you know, bro, like the people who we spend the most time with, those are influencing us big time. Whereas like if I'm Muslim and I'm hanging around with people who aren't Muslim all the time, like, bro, that's going to impact me. And I'm going to start seeing things differently. And my iman's going to waver big time from hanging around with these people. And bro, they might not even be trying to do anything. It's just that me being around them, like, you are who you hang out with. And that, bro, that saying is not a lie, bro. It's the truth. You are who you hang out with the most. And again, going back to these people who leave religion, it's because they get too sucked into the matrix, the dunya. Because like I said, bro, when you're not sucked into it, you're on the straight path. When you stray is when you start to get sucked back into the matrix, the dunya.
I like how you call
real.
it the matrix. Yeah,
it is, bro. Like,
it is the matrix.
Before I came to Islam, I was a heavy user. I take that back. I wasn't a heavy user. I'm over here making myself sound like a drug addict. But I used to take psychedelics, bro. I used to love psychedelics. And I remember at one time I took shroomies. I took an eighth of shrooms in Phoenix, Arizona. And I remember, bro, very clearly that I was seeing this, the dunya, the matrix, for what it was. Like everything, it got to a point where everything was so real. You ever seen those TVs? It's like the HD TVs where it's so high definition that you're watching a show and you're like, yo, this looks fake.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like I'm right there with them. Like none of it looks real.
Yeah,
bro, that's how everything was basically happening. I could see everything. I'm like, yo, like this is all fake. Like this, it's all so real that it's fake. And like I remember in that trip, like once I had that realization, there was like this disconnect where it's like I started to like go away from like this. I closed my eyes, and that's when like I started feeling something different. I can't explain in words what I felt, but it's like the best explanation that I can say now, being Muslim, is being on the straight path, being disconnected from the dunya, and like knowing 100% like what this is and what you're doing here. And I feel like, bro, these people who are ex-Muslims, ex-Christians, all this stuff, or who are taking all these drugs, or who are atheists and stuff, too attached, bro. Too attached to the matrix. They essentially have taken the blue pill. Going back to what we were saying about the ex-Muslims, and we'll just say ex-Muslims in general, because Islam is the way. So the other ones, if they're ex, then well, it could be that they're just
it's not that prevalent.
for the truth.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. It could just be that they're realizing that there's more. But an ex-Muslim, that's someone who's they've taken the blue pill, and because they've taken the blue pill, and because they have now left the straight path, they are back in the dunya. It might give them a temporary sense of fulfillment, a temporary sense of like happiness, and like what's the thing when you when you get something real quick?
Dopamine? I don't know. No,
it's dopamine, but it's like immediate gratification.
Got it. Instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification. They get that instant gratification because they can do what they supposedly weren't able to do.
Yeah, they can do all those stuff.
They can do all these things, and it's like, bro, that's very short-lived. And it's like they say that Shaitan, he like whispers lies where he'll tell you, he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna do this, you're gonna get that. But then it's like once you get it, you realize, oh, it was fake. It was a lie. And then once you realize it's a lie, you're just kind of left there. And these people, bro, they do these things and then they're left there. And they feel like trash, probably. They probably feel depressed. They probably feel anxious. They probably feel like there's no reason to anything, like there's no purpose, like everything's just a lie. So it's like, bro, they feel this, and think about it. What's the thing that we as humans do all the time with other people? Bro, if me and you were to meet up after like a year, or even us talking on this podcast right now, we're sharing our experiences and our thoughts, right? If you meet up with a friend after a long time, y'all are sharing your experiences, your thoughts, and your emotions, like your emotional state. Like, how do you feel? If you're happy, you're going to share that happiness. If you're miserable, you're going to share that misery. You ever like spend some time with someone who's just depressed,
Yeah,
and then after a while you start getting depressed?
of course. Yeah.
Misery loves company. And bro, people always are sharing all these things. So like, bro, if someone is going through this, if someone has taken the blue pill, now they're seeing the repercussions, then and their ego is too attached to this dunya that they can't submit themselves and go back, then bro, they're just gonna try to bring everyone to their state. They're trying to share everything with everyone. But it's like, dude, there's a verse in the Quran that clearly states, uh, and I'm probably gonna butcher it because I do not remember it 100%, but that these people who have believed and then they've disbelieved, they leave after receiving the revelation and seeing the truth and believing the truth. If they leave after that, like, bro, it's nothing but torment. And it says it's not just torment in the hereafter, the hereafter, but it's torment here as well, in the dunya, in the present day life.
Yeah. I think that it says like if they believe and disbelieve, then they come back, and if again they believe and disbelieve, then it's like done. Because I think there's like you can do it once because that happened to me. Like I believed in Islam, my fitra got awakened, and then I disregarded it for 8 months, and I came back. But I think a lot of people when they leave, they can't come back because it takes they spend years indulging in this simulation, and they damage their soul, they cloud everything, so they can't see clearly, and it's gonna be very difficult for them. I don't know if you've heard, in
Yeah.
Texas there was a murder suicide where two boys killed like their entire family. Have you heard it about this case? It's
No.
happened like a couple of days ago. I made a video on this, but basically the boy left a suicide note on Instagram after he killed everybody, and he explained why he did it. The worst thing is they were Muslims, like his parents, but these two boys were, I guess, atheists, you could call them, because they weren't practicing Muslims or anything like that. And they were studying computer engineering, and he felt that basically there's no meaning in life, that evolution, that consciousness is a byproduct of evolution and natural selection, and everything is meaningless. So he was also suffering from major depressions, and then he decided that he's going to kill himself, but he would harm his family. They would be sad, so he wants to kill them as well so that they don't have to be sad. So this is kind of thinking you can get into after some, if you think about this deeply, because he said, like, I'm a very logical person, so if I kill myself, my family is going to be sad, so it's better if I kill them as well, so they won't be sad. Like, if you think about it like that, it makes sense from his perspective. And it's like you can get into these things if you think about this very deeply, and it's very unhealthy. And there are these cases where people go crazy because they can't find meaning, and it's just like they are very smart, these people, but they just don't see anything. And the worst thing is they came from a Muslim family, but I guess they spent too much time at work or trying to find American dream, and it's like, no, you should just maybe stay in your original country, and just have your, deen or something like that. But yeah, crazy stories.
Astaghfirullah, man. Astaghfirullah.
Just this idea that nothing matters is just so, it's everywhere. Like if you watch Rick and Morty, the cartoon TV show, like almost every TV show, they kind of promote this idea of nihilism, like, hey, nothing matters, you have no purpose, but this phone has a purpose, everything has a purpose, but nothing matters, it's just like whatever. And it's like, if you like keep saying that to people, it will make them depressed. Like, how can you how can you live your life with knowledge that you're gonna die, nothing matters, so then really nothing matters, and then you get into the stage like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to increase my pleasure because I have a limited time, or I'm gonna do something crazy like this guy, or it just creates these things because you don't have any fear, you don't know anything about God, so it gets pretty crazy.
Bro, I used to be exactly what you said. Whereas like I thought that there was no point to life, and that the point of life was just enjoy life. So I would try doing like everything to please myself and just
Mhm.
live a very hedonistic lifestyle. But that leaves you high and dry, bro.